All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Yeah, man. Conference Championship Sunday, man. Now we only have 2 games here, but 2 very interesting games. And obviously, I'm going to sound like Booger McFarland right here. Or what the hell is his name from ESPN? I know his first name's Booger. Whoever wins these 2 games is going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm just going to put that out there, man. But I want to welcome a special guest back to the channel. General Thomson, he was the one that gave us the idea to bring guests on for the prediction, so it's best to close out the season with General Thomson, man. Welcome back to the channel. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. This is good. We're time to get these games underway.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy
And-
that we're getting these games, but I'm sad because that means the NFL is ending.
Preach. Seriously, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't feel the same way, man. Oh, I could actually, but Titans at the Chiefs. How the Titans made it this far is beyond all of us. But in a way, we're glad because they took out the Patriots and they took out the Ravens. So Titans, thank you from all of Steelers Nation and I gotta say all of NFL Nation. I'd say. What's your prediction, man?
Honestly, probably all of the world. I mean, the Titans. I think the only way they really ran is because they had a good enough defense to stop both offenses, and then they let Derrick Henry run the ball, which is what you do versus good offenses. You keep those hot offenses off the field by using a run game, and they have one with Derrick Henry, which could be the reason why they could possibly win this game versus the Chiefs, because the Chiefs don't have. I mean, they have a good enough defense, obviously, to make the playoffs and whatnot. But their offense is the reason they're of their success. And if Derrick Henry can keep the clock running, keep the offense off the field, the Titans can secure a win. But like what happened last week with the Chiefs game, where they were losing 21-0 and then came back and won 51-31, you can't always count out the Chiefs. So this one, probably I don't know. You can't really count out both teams. One team, obviously, is, I guess you can say, it's the underdog with the Titans, and then you have the Chiefs, who you never know. I believe the Titans won earlier this year, but that was without Patrick Mahomes as quarterback. So, and it was also in Tennessee. So now I'm probably gonna go with Kansas City here because it's just a safer choice. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans are very close. So I'm gonna give this to Kansas City 33-30.
Okay. Man, you said a lot that I gotta agree with. If the Titans can continue to give Derrick Henry the ball, they can definitely, I'd even say, win the Super Bowl because Derrick Henry is that damn good and that trustworthy of a running back. Just so consistent, so powerful, and I can't think of the word when it comes to Derrick Henry because the dude's a monster. That's all the Titans gotta do. Just continue to give him the ball, and then you win. You'll win, honestly. But like you said, the Chiefs, you can't count them out. And seeing how they were down last week against the Texans and came back, man, they're still in it to win it. And I've been saying it all season. It just seems like Andy Reid has this new attitude or mindset behind him to the point where he's like, okay, I've been this close so many times, but I never really reached the big one and never got to the big one. And my time's running out. I got a young stud, Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. I got a young team behind me. Let me go and just go out with winning one. And I think that's what he's thinking. And I'm going to stick with that, theory or opinion, I guess. So I'm going to go Chiefs here. And it seems like every time I go against the Titans, they win. So who knows? Maybe the Titans actually win again. The Titans are literally one of those teams, and they have been for the past 2 years. The Titans are one of those teams that when you pick against them, they win. But when you pick them to win, they lose. So since I'm picking against them, I'm expecting them to win. But I'm going the Chiefs here.
Right.
Let's go 30-24 Chiefs.
All right. The Titans this year in the playoffs have been fantastic, I would say. I mean, going into Gillette Stadium and knocking out the New England Patriots of all teams is not an easy task to do.
No, and they're the 6th seed, man.
Exactly, the 6th seed. They are truly the underdogs in the playoff season right now. And the Ravens, who went 14-2, best record in the NFL, they literally made the Ravens go one and done, and that was in Baltimore. And that's something that
They humiliated them.
exactly
I'd say.
that's something that is a rarity to happen when it comes to the number 6 seed. Like the Titans have opened a lot of eyes, especially mine. And the thing about them is they don't really have a lot of star power. Their defense really ain't much, and neither is their offense. But it's just like Derrick Henry is probably the sole reason why they are in this position they are in right now.
Well, he is. There's no doubt
Pretty
about it.
much.
He is that damn good of a game changer.
And if they continue to give him the ball, if they continue to feed him, Titans got this in the bag, in my honest opinion. But the Chiefs are stacked. Their defense is great. Well, I wouldn't say great, but they're just stepped up a lot. Their offense is great. Now, when it comes to these type of games, Andy Reid does tend to act under pressure just a little bit. But I have to agree with you. He has a different mindset, a different attitude than this year. If there's one time to strike for Andy Reid, it's this year with the Chiefs. Tennessee can do it. And I feel like they can, and I can definitely see them pulling this off. But coming into Kansas City is not easy. And beating the Chiefs is not easy in Kansas City, pretty much. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. I say the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes goes to the Super Bowl. And, yeah. So I'm going to go with, let's say, 33-27.
Okay.
Chiefs.
And on the NFC side of the coin, we have the Packers at the 49ers, which should be a damn good one here, man. Both just stacked teams. What's your prediction, man?
Yep. Well, obviously the Packers played the Seahawks, and whether or not you call that whether or not you say the refs gave them the game with the short or no short call, you can't really complain because knowing them, I would have probably gone for it. And on the 4th down anyway, and since it was 4th and inches, you could have QB sneaked with Aaron Rodgers and got it in. So,
oh yeah,
I mean, obviously we'll never tell with that call, but doesn't matter because we're here anyway. That being said, the Niners their Niners defense played great versus the Vikings run offense with Dalvin Cook, who I thought was gonna, not defeat them, but really, really make them struggle, and that was surprising to me. So I'm happy with that, because that showed me that they could play well. But then the Packers, even though they obviously played the hurting Seahawks, they made sure they were able to do enough to win. But now they have to go on the road to play the 49ers, who are pretty much on fire, you can say. I mean, you can say that they've probably been the comeback team of the if not even comeback, but I guess the greatest surprise of this NFL would probably be the 49ers compared to what they've done last year and how they finished terribly. So this game obviously will be close. There's no question of that. You got a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers going up against a elite, I will say, defense, because that's what they've been this entire past year. And the real question is not really against whether or not Aaron Rodgers can score points. It's whether or not the Packers defense stop the Niners from scoring points, and in which case I say no, and I'm giving this to the Niners 30-24.
Okay. It's interesting. I look at the Niners, and they are arguably the best team in the league currently. They're just stacked everywhere. They have talent that can just produce anywhere on the field, and they're just a great overall team. They literally have everything. Literally everything. I don't think there's one position that they're flawed at. Maybe safety, but even then that hasn't affected them much this year. So the Niners are great. Now look at the Packers. And I was very high on the Packers this year because I thought that if they could stay healthy and the additions they made in the offseason with the coaching staff and player-wise. I thought they could be a team, a leading team in NFC, and they are. But seeing them progress as the season goes, I just don't see them as a complete contending team. Yeah, they got A-Rod, they got Devontae Adams. I was very high on Aaron Jones coming into the year. I was high on the Packers defense coming into the year, and they had their flashes, but they definitely had their negatives. So I look at the Packers, and I don't see them as a complete contender when compared to a team like the Niners. I mean, that's just me. I think they got lucky and slipped their way through the to the championship, and I'm not referring to the Jimmy Graham call last year. I just think that they slipped through because on any given Sunday, any fucking team can win. So I'm gonna go Niners here, and I'm actually gonna go Niners win 27-13. I was high on the Packers coming into this year, but seeing how they've performed and progressed throughout the year, they just don't seem that competitive to me, at least not yet. I think they still have a lot to learn. I still, they have a lot of, areas to work on and stuff. They have most of the stuff covered, but they just gotta, work on the negatives that they had this year, and eventually they could, maybe eat my words, next year, or could be in the same position this year or next year, and then have the complete opposite of what could be the result here, which I'm going with the Niners 27-13. I mean, that's just me. I'm not underestimating the Packers, but that's just how I've seen them so far.
Right, and I have to agree with you. The Packers, concerned of what they've been dealing with Mike McCarthy and everything, they finally made the right move, got a new coach, and they made a lot of moves in the draft and free agency. Now look at them, 13-3, fighting in the NFC Championship game. Like, there's no doubt the Packers are a great team. They really are. Yeah. When healthy, they are fantastic. But I do have to agree with you. It's like something is off about the Packers where it doesn't speak Super Bowl or consistent or something like that.
Right.
But when it comes to the Niners, the Niners are just they're overpowered. Like, they're stacked with depth. They're fully healthy. Their defense is outstanding. Offense gets the job done every time they're on the field. Like, the Niners are literally no joke. Considering this is in San Francisco, it's going to be completely difficult for Green Bay to go out with a win. And I don't think Green Bay's going to do that. I say San Francisco go to the Super Bowl. They get the victory here. I say San Francisco has a very good defensive performance. I say 29-17.
Okay. So we all say the Super Bowl in Miami will be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. I think we can all agree that would be a phenomenal Super Bowl. Better than what we've gotten the past few years with the fucking Patriots in it the last 4 years. Yep. So it'll be a nice change of scenery in the Super Bowl. It'll be a damn good game. Two young, great teams that deserve it. And me personally, I think Mahomes and Andy Reid deserve it more so. But credit to the Niners as well. So if that's the case, I think we can all agree that's going to be a hell of a Super Bowl and one to definitely look out for and watch for. And seriously.
Now, here's something I want to say. Now, obviously, if the Niners can make it, and if the Niners do win, obviously they'll top us on top of the mountain with obviously 6 Super Bowls. We kind of don't want that to happen, but if it does, since it's already happened with the Patriots, I'm not going to be too worried about it because it's already happened. But what's saying that next year we have Steelers, Niners, we both have 6, battle for number 7 in the Super Bowl. Who says no to that? I mean, I'd enjoy that. I think a lot of people would enjoy that.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see it. We've already been making some new changes to the team. We got Matt, is that his name? Matt Canada?
Yeah.
As our quarterback coach, who has a pretty good resume of developing quarterbacks. So that could help Ben's situation. That could help our backup situation. So we all know what our defense is. Hopefully we can keep that intact. Get a tight end, please. Maybe get a dependable running back.
Stop the Wildcat.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe Fickner can actually do something for once, and then who knows? Maybe we can make that run. Very optimistic next year, but of course we can only just wait for the Super Bowl to happen, and then the real offseason this year. So anyway, guys, give us your predictions down below. Should be an interesting Super Bowl no matter how the games turn out. So, General Thomson, thanks for your time, your patience, and your predictions, man. Always a pleasure, and you are more than welcome to do the piece along with us. So,
like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!